All right, let's solve example 1. Example 1 is just problem 3.44 from your review. And what I want to do is follow the mesh rules. Remember, the rules are first to assign, then to apply KVL, and then 3 to solve. All right, so let's start by assigning. I'm going to call this I1, this I2, and this I3. Okay. And then I really want to notice immediately that there is a super loop here. All right, let's highlight that. Say this is a super loop. And denote, of course, that means that the big outer loop that I'm going to take follows this dotted path that I have drawn. All right, so let's write the constraint equation. All right, the constraint equation says that I3 minus I2 is equal to 45. This will be equation 1. All right, I3 goes the same direction as that. I2 goes the opposite direction. All right, then we can write our equation around super loop. We can write our KVL. All right, so let's start at this corner down here. We have 5I2. We have 1 I2 minus I3, or sorry, minus I1. Let's be very cautious with that. I2 minus I1 plus 4 I3 minus I1 plus 180 is equal to 0. All right, so now we can collect this and we'll get minus 5I1. And I messed this up. I want to make sure that this is correctly written. This is I3 minus I1 right here. All right, so be very careful. I obviously was not. All right, so now I have minus 5I1. I have plus 6I2. Then I have plus 4I3 is equal to minus 180. This will be my equation 2. All right, then loop 1. Which is the only remaining loop. It's this one up here. I have 2I1. I have plus 90. I have plus 4I1 minus I3. And then I have plus 1 I1 minus I2. Okay, and that's equal to 0. So that gives me 7I1 minus I2 minus 4I3 is equal to minus 90. This will be equation 3. Let's use matrix form. All right. And actually, on the exam, I might ask you to write it in matrix form, or I might ask you to just write the equations. Again, I'm not super interested to see if you can do algebra. So if I write this in matrix form, the first equation is 0, minus 1, 1. Second is minus 5, 6, 4. Third is 7, minus 1, minus 4. And the variables are I1, I2, I3, which is equal to 45 minus 180 minus 90. All right, and what I get then is I1, I2, and I3 by taking, let's say, by the way, that this is A, and this is X, and this is B, and X is equal to A inverse B. So we'll get I1, I2, I3 is equal to negative 20, negative 46, negative 1. All right. And what I was asked for, and by the way, these are all in amps, what I was asked for was I naught. All right, I naught isn't drawn in my circuit here, but I'll draw it to make sure that I'm consistent with the problem. It's right here. All right, so I naught here, if I go back up here, I can see that it is consistent with the direction of I2. I1 opposes it, so it needs to be I2 minus I1. All right, which is going to be minus 4 minus minus 20, and this is minus 46, sorry. All right, so it's negative 46 plus 20. This is equal to negative 26 amps. And that is the solution to that example.